Hey guys, my name is Davis, and in this series we are making a robotic bartender, a circular one that makes multiple drinks for you at the same time so we can show off to our friends when we have them over. In the last video, we brainstormed some ideas and sketched some things out, but this time we are going to start modeling the computer so we can get some visualizations of what it's going to look like. And we also are going to start taking apart our old bartender, taking some components off of it. We're going to test some of the new components, and we're going to make a platform, the base of the bartender.
Alright, I just got back from Home Depot with some new parts for the round bartender. However, I'm going to need to take some parts off the old bartender to use for the new one. So I'm going to start deconstructing that now. Alright, so I have a few parts lined up from what I took off the bartender. We're going to be using the linear actuators, the relays, all the drink dispensers, as well as the Arduino and the 5-volt regulator. We're going to use the stepper motor just to test out the wheel rotating the drink platform, but we might change that to a bigger motor later. At the Home Depot, I got a few materials. This is, starting at the base, a large platform that we're going to put all of our electronics on. It's a half-inch sheet of MDF. We're going to attach some legs to the bottom of this MDF so that everything sits off the ground a little bit. And we got these small wooden legs. And so these things should just be able to screw into the bottom of the MDF platform. Our mixer bottles are going to sit inside of this wooden planter box. You're supposed to put dirt and potted plants in this thing, but instead we're going to use this for our cylinder to hold our mixer bottles. This is a wooden circle we found, and we're going to use it to hold all of our drinks on top of it. So this will be the rotating platform. And we thought that this would be nice because it looks like it's some maple, and once we stain it and put a finish on it, it'll look really cool. And then finally, I picked up this Lazy Susan bearing off of eBay. It's rated for 1,000 pounds, but I don't think we'll get anywhere near that. So it just slides along here, and then it has some mounting holes on both the bottom and the top, and you can easily mount screws through these holes. So what we'll do first is we'll attach the base, flip it around, and then attach the platform with these holes right here.
Okay, so I began modeling our bartender in a program called 123D Design from Autodesk. They make some pretty legit CAD software. This version is a free version online that anybody can use. It's a different method for modeling, but it can help us give us some pretty good visualizations. So we got some parts from Home Depot, and I've modeled a bunch of them. What you see here right now is that bottom platform, and underneath this are some legs that we're going to put there that we also found from Home Depot. On top of this platform, we have 4 stubs to mount our Lazy Susan. That's the rotating metal disc. And on top of this is the wooden platform that we also found at Home Depot. And this is where the glasses are going to be mounted. In between these 2 platforms are where our electronics and things like that are going to go. In the middle, you can see that there's a hole. That's because this is where we're going to place the post that's going to support the bucket. And we're going to attach this to the bottommost platform with some brackets. We're going to put the bucket right on top here, and then also mount that with some brackets. And this is where we're going to mount our dispensers, and inside is where we're going to store the mixers and things like that. So these dispensers, there are going to be 8 of them mounted around the outside of the bucket here. And the actuators, we think for now, are going to go on the post here. And so these actuators, we're going to somehow connect to this lever arm here. And this collar, this oval collar that you see here, that's going to push up on that nozzle and dispense that liquid. So on top of these dispensers will be our brackets for the bottles. It's going to hold the bottles, and they're going to go up and down. They're adjustable to accommodate different size bottles. So in between here, just to visualize some of the electronics, we have our pump that we already have from the old bartender that we may or may not use, and also a power supply, and there's going to be a lot of other stuff down here. And so then on the platform here, we're going to have our glasses, and this is basically how we visualize it's going to look like. We'll keep updating this model as we continue the build process and tweak our design. On top of these things, a few of you had some good suggestions about different things we can add, like a cup dispenser, LEDs, LCD screens, even an admin app for configuring the drinks. These are all very good ideas. Right now, though, we're going to build the basic structure first, and then start adding some of these things in later. So we just built this test stand to test our actuating mechanism so that we can have a better idea of how to mount it on our actual bucket. So this L right here that you see, that's going to be our bucket, and we're going to mount this on the side. And right now we were thinking that we would have the actuator right here, and somehow we were going to have some plastic piece or lever arm connecting these two, so that when this actuator pushes up, it'll push this up and dispense the liquid. But then we thought, well, maybe that lever arm's going to be a little too long. We're going to have, plastic maybe a little too flimsy. There's going to be a huge moment arm on this joint here. So we were thinking that instead we could maybe, place it out here a little bit. But then we realized that this thing, if we flip this around, this has a little groove in it that actually provides a pretty nice track for this end of the actuating arm to go in there and guide it. So we think we're just going to mount it like this now, and we're just going to push it up this way with this arm flipped around. So now I have the actuator hooked up to the power, and we're going to see it in action.
I've cut these wooden pieces down to about 4 inches each, and these are what are going to hold up my Lazy Susan. So this Lazy Susan will sit on top of all 4 of these, and it's just to give some room for the electronics. And then below this will be the subframe or the base. So in order to mount this, I'm going to have to drill holes, pilot holes for these screws on each side of these pieces of wood. And then once I do that, I'll drill straight down into the wood with this screw and mount each piece for the Lazy Susan. Now I have the platform sitting on top, and you can see it rotates pretty nicely on here. It's a little louder than I would like the platform to be, but in the future, if we think that the noise is a problem, we could just get a new Lazy Susan bearing. So now I want to mount this on top, and in order to do that, I'm going to measure the diameter of this opening here, and then I am going to find the center of this thing and then draw a circle with a piece of string so that I know what the exact center is in relation to that circle. And then once I do that, I can flip this upside down and mount it directly on here like this. Alright, so that's all for this video. We're not completely happy yet with our test for the linear actuation on the drink dispensers, so we may revisit that part in the future and maybe even create our own 3D printed parts. In the next video, we're going to continue work on the assembly for the base of the drink maker, and we're also going to create the assembly for the mixer holder above that. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to check out updates on this project as well as other projects, including our Raspberry Pi Facebook chatbot, which sends you a new news article every morning. If you have any suggestions for improvement or feedback on this video, please leave them in the comments below and we'll try to incorporate it in the next video. Until then, see you next time.